Well, Cage, lots happening in sport. I think the Crows have been outstanding on this one, though. Let's have a look. Tony Armstrong's been suspended by the club after being charged for drink driving back on September the 16th. Now, this is what the club handed down. A 4-match suspension. That means he misses Hawthorn, Fremantle, Power and Carlton. He also will be fined the maximum $5,000 by the club.
Under the AFL rules,
He'll be required to attend psychological counselling on a weekly basis for a month, then fortnightly counselling for 2 months, and then monthly if the club deems it necessary after that. But doesn't finish there. He'll also attend a rehabilitation clinic for victims of car accidents and participate in programs to promote Indigenous health and sport. I think the Crows have been outstanding in that sanctions.
Well, they have, gentlemen. There's no doubt about that. Look, he's been a silly young boy. The young man can play. There's no doubt about that. I've seen him play for North Adelaide. He's got talent, but he has made a bad mistake, a bad judgment in error. And full marks, I agree with you, gentlemen, full marks for the Adelaide Football Club for resolving the issue so quickly and, in fact, sending a clear message, not only to Tony, but to any of their players that if they transgress in this way, hey, the book's going to be thrown at them. And look, you only have to see and read about the road toll at the moment. And that young man was a very, very naughty young man.
He was, Cage. We all make mistakes.
We do, no question.
I think the biggest mistake...
That's a good point.
Yep.
Hey, there's no halo up there.
We all make mistakes, and I think he's recognised his mate. The club's put in place to say, well, you're not going to get off lightly, so if he has to do it, he'll be thinking about it again. The biggest mistake was when he made the mistake, not telling the club what he'd done.
Yep, correct, Wade.
And that's sometimes that's the toughest thing for a young kid too. So
well, it is.
I think you have some sympathy, but that was why the penalty was perhaps a little bit harsher. He should have gone straight to the club and said, look, I've made a mistake.
And the other point out of all this is the fact that hopefully this young man will come out of this a stronger person. He will have learned a very, very important message. And this is a test now for this young man. If he comes out of all this drama a lot stronger, then that's good for young Tony Armstrong.
He's got some special skills, Cage. Hopefully we can put him in the right basket. This one's an interesting one on your sport of cricket, KG. Herchelle Gibbs dropped an absolute bombshell in his new book, To The Point. He's saying that on tour of Australia in 97, 98, that the Proteas were involved in alleged group sex and drug taking. He goes on to say there were always women. They came hunting in packs, and if they liked what they saw, you're in for the ride of your life.
Well, quite frankly, that's disgraceful, and let's be brutally honest about this.
It's insulting, I think.
Pardon?
It's insulting, I think.
Well, it is just ridiculous. He's telling tales out of school. Now, I don't know whether that went on, but even if it did go on, you don't condone it. But as a former player, you don't come out and write a book and dob your mates in that. That is absolutely disgraceful. And in fact, I'll go so far as to say this young man should never have ever toured Australia when he did. He was involved with match fixing with the late Hunzi Cronje, and he should have got a life ban. There's no question about that. He was a fortunate young man. So, hey, he shouldn't have been on that buddy tour. And for him to write all this garbage in a book, I think, is quite disgraceful.
You know what's even funnier, Cage? He's still contracted until April with South Africa. So I agree with you. He shouldn't be playing anymore.
Exactly.
But the fact that he's still contracted and he's come out and had a sledge. Now, of course, Graham Smith's responded. He's absolutely furious, of course, captain of South Africa. They're in Pakistan at the moment. He said it's so disappointing that this is being said. He said he's just made stuff up so the book will sell.
Well, I just hope the authorities within the South African cricket world take very strong action. As you made the point, gentlemen, he is still contracted to South Africa, and if I was them, I'd be coming down like a ton of bricks on this dickhead.
I'd be terminating the contract, Cage.
Well, that's a fair point.
That's what I'd be doing straight up. We're done. I mean, he couldn't play with any of the players currently playing now.
Well, he's a lucky man
to be playing.
To even tour Australia.
Sometimes people don't realise how lucky they are, Cage, to have the things that they've had and then to waste them.
Well, he was a part of the, unfortunately, the allegedly Hunzi Cronje drama, and should have got a lot stronger penalty for that.
Yep. Well, that's it, Cage. We're done.